Now, this might be just wishful thinking, but I happen to believe that most owners of Shopsmith equipment are self-aware enough to know that the machine is a little weird. I mean, at the very least, we can admit that it's unique. I mean, for example, most drill presses don't have a headstock that's going to move up and down. Most table saws sold in America don't have tilting tables. And so there are some things that we have to understand to safely set the machine up. And there's really more things that we need to check than with your average drill press or your average table saw. But the great news is we check the same things for almost every function. So in this short video, I want to run through a 5-point safety check, and actually it's going to be 5 points plus 1, that I do every single time I run this machine. I'm doing this demonstration on a Shopsmith Mark V model 520. It wouldn't matter if it was a Mark I, a Mark V model 505, 510, or 520. All these controls are in the same exact position. On a model 500 and a few other models, there's a slight variance, but it goes like this. We're going to go around the clock here. So I'm going to check to make sure that the table is set at the angle I desire and that that is locked in place. With these models, I come over here and check to make sure that the carriage is locked. I adjust the height of the table, which in this case with a table saw will change the height of the blade, and I lock that in place. I then come over here to the headstock, make sure the headstock is locked in place. And by the way, how tight is tight? With this, you turn it until it requires a little bit of muscle, and then no more than a quarter turn. And then the fifth thing to check is the quill lock. It's right here. And in this case, in the case of the table saw, my blade is running on that shaft and I don't want it to move during the cut. Those are the 5 points. And depending upon what you're doing, you may be locking them or unlocking them. It's up to you and the function you're about to perform. If I'm drilling, horizontal boring, disc sanding, I might loosen this, but always the headstock is locked, the carriage is locked, the table height is locked in place, and the angle of the table is set and locked. And for the bonus safety step, I always insert the splitter and upper saw guard in place. When the Mark V 510 was introduced, all the lower saw guard, upper saw guard, everything was completely redesigned. It installs easily, it works perfectly, it's rarely in the way, and if it is in the way, take it out. But otherwise, use it. You will appreciate it.